Are you playing me?
No. These people are going insane.
Oh yeah, what's going on, fam? It's your man VACAY-J, and yes, I'm back with another video. Yes, this is for season 3, episode 4 of Tyler Perry's Ruthless. Yes, we've been waiting for this. And yeah, a lot is going on in this episode, family. We see a lot of new shifting going on in the Rockadoochie camp, right? And yeah, we're going to break this down today as we do. You know how we do, fam. Before we get into it, definitely check out all the recaps that I've done. This way you get all caught up on everything. So yes, let's break down episode 4 of Tyler Perry's Ruthless. So the name of this is The Highest to Be, and it reads, Ruth fishes for information from River and discovers a plot that involves putting a lot of money in their pockets for the future. Oh yeah. So where did we leave off? We left off with the sheriff. He had the strap on Brian, and Brian is just so surprised as anybody can be surprised. He totally does not believe that the sheriff is down with the Rockadoochie, right? And Daikon is pretty much laughing in his face because prior to the sheriff having the strap on him, Brian was talking a whole lot of trash, whole lot of junk, like, yeah, you're going to pay for it. But yeah, Brian seems to be the one that's going to pay for it. The sheriff lets him know that all those calls that he was trying to make to the FBI, the sheriff blocked the calls so they never went through. Man, the sheriff is definitely thorough. But Daikon is like, thank you, I appreciate that. So now they're talking about what's going on inside. Nobody knows what's going on inside. And Brian keeps talking stuff, and they're like, listen, put one of those robes into his mouth and shut him up, right? So now back inside, we still got Lacey and Paula's still losing blood, right? And they're still wondering what's going on outside. But they hear somebody coming, and they hear the sheriff calling Herbert. So Lacey's like, listen, I'm going to hide you. Just go in the room. And the sheriff comes in, and she puts her hands up. And of course, he sees the bodies on the ground, right? He sees the bodies on the floor. He's like, did you do this? No. And she says, no, the girl that she did it, and then she ran away and she escaped. I just stayed here. And of course, she's lying. So the sheriff's like, put your hands up, right? He sees these dead bodies on the floor, right? Puts her in handcuffs. And she's like, please help me. He's like, you ain't getting no help now. You ain't getting no help now. And he's like, come on in. And guess who comes in? Daikon comes in. She's like, no. Right? And Daikon's like, you did this? Bam. Smacks her, right? So now he's like, all right, we're going to take you back. So the sheriff, he's like, man, I am pissed off. I'm mad. You got me into this mess. You said it was going to be easy. And Daikon's like, listen, we own you pretty much. We own you. He's like, you think so? So Andrew comes. He's like, what's going on? He's like, yeah, we got Lacey and them. He's like, you got Oliver? Yeah, I got Oliver. And they in the car. They in the truck, right? So he's like, who's this, right? Brian comes over. He's like, Andrew, you know this guy? He's like, no, I don't know this guy. I don't know him. Of course, he knows him, but Andrew's not going to blow his cover, right? So they leave. They go back to the campus. And here comes Paula, boy. And yes, she gets away. Scott clean. Jumps in that truck, and she is now gone. So she escapes. Now, back at the Rockadoochie camp, we got your boy, the Lois. And Ruth comes in after he eats, and she's coming in to collect his empty plates, right? And he's like, hey, you all right? Everything okay? He's like, yeah. He's like, all right, I'm going to get ready. So she takes the food. And she's looking at the food, looking at the leftovers, She's like, what is this? So she starts to go back to the kitchen. She starts to go through what it is. And then Elder Mother Marva's like, what are you looking at? What are you doing? She's like, what did you put in this food? She's like, I put a little candy in there. She's like, that doesn't tell me what's in the food. What is in his food? Well, I put a little, extra product in his food. And she's like, does he know that? Does he know that? Like, I don't want you to put any more things in his food. He trusts you not to put anything into his food. Do you want me to tell him? She's like, no, 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 don't tell him. And she's like, yeah, don't put anything else in his food. All right. And she's like, you think it's so big and bad? See, that prophecy better be something good or there's going to be me and you. And Ruth was like, whatever. So she goes outside and she talks to River. She's like, yeah, let's go, take a walk and listen, understand. Highest wants to see you. He's like, okay. And she's like, listen, I told him that you're a good kid and all this and that. And you better tell him about those keys. He's like, what am I going to say? How am I going to say it? That I was in after hours with those keys trying to go through the safe. And she's like, I can't think of everything, man. Figure it out. She's like, man, these freaking people, right? So now elder mother Marva, she's sitting there. She's talking to the other elder mother. And they're talking about what happened to elder mother Agnes and how Lacey and Paula pretty much took out elder mother Agnes. And elder mother Marva can't believe it. She's like, what? I can't believe it. No. She's like, yeah, and the elder mother's like, listen, we're old, so we got to be careful, these young people. And elder mother Marva's like, I ain't even trying to hear that. We just going to stay hard on them and they're going to obey us and follow us. We're not going to change for them. And she's like, you sure? And she's like, yeah, you're right, elder mother, right? So now River goes to see the highest. And he's like, where have you been? He's like, oh, you've been busy. I didn't want to disturb you with everything that's going on. And your boy, the highest, man, he seems to be in a good state of mind because he's kind of happy, kind of, feeling kind of good after, she took care of him. He's like, listen, I have a prophecy and I need you to help me out to get my outfit ready. All right. So now here comes your girl, Joan. And she's like, yeah, I heard from River that you and the highest are doing the do, right? She's like, SEX, right? And she's like, what? Nah, you're lying. He didn't tell you that. You just fishing for information. Like, you know what? You need to get your butt out of here. Like, I'm a street chick. Like, you don't mess with me. Wait till you see these hands, right? Ruth was like, wait till you see these hands because I'm going to put them on you. She's like, you know what? You better get out of here. You trying to fish for information. You just being nosy, Like, for real. I will just like, Ruth was just threatening her, like, I will bounce you, girl. Like, you better get out of here with your scary butt. She really is not feeling Joan because Joan is just being nosy, right? She said, you better take your spelling BS out of here. Like, go away. And she's like, yes, away. AWAY. And Ruth is not playing with Joan, for real. So now Ruth is trying to go see her daughter, of course, in the children's trailer. The other elder mother, who will not reveal her name, she just says, okay, what's your name? She's like, I'm elder mother. And she's like, well, what happens if something happens, if a fire breaks out, will the kids get burned up? She's like, no, they won't happen because I have a key. And she's just like really getting on Ruth, like, yo, what are you doing here? Like, she's like, listen, I got it under control. The Rockadoochie won't let that happen. She's like, what trailer are you in? She's like, I'm in the green trailer. And, and she's telling Ruth, like, listen, I don't want to see you around here no more. Like, get out of here. And Ruth was like, okay, all right. Now, again, she can't see her daughter, so she's pretty upset about that. Meanwhile, River is definitely taking care of the highest. And yeah, he's getting them dressed or whatever. The phone rings. And yes, the highest gets a call from Andrew. So Andrew's reporting in, checking in, letting the highest know. Yep, they got Oliver and they got Lacey. They don't have Tally. He asked about Tally and Paula. He said, yeah, we don't have any word on them yet. But we bring in back Oliver and Lacey and another person, right? So the highest is happy. He's like, yeah, all right, and he's dancing. He's like twirling River around. I mean, this dude is really, really on some happy-go-lucky. And then he's like, seriously, like, you've been a loyal soldier, and I apologize to you. You've been good. You've been good, and you're gonna be all right. And again, he's saying this based off of what Ruth is telling him because Ruth is like, yeah, he's a good kid. So yeah, now Ruth goes over to River as he comes out. And she's like, yeah, come on, let's go talk. Let's go talk for real. You know what I'm saying? Because Joan is just being on some crazy stuff. So now Daikon and them come back. And they stop him at the gate. They say, yeah, the highest has a prophecy. He's starting it right now. And Daikon is like, yo, his feelings are hurt because the highest didn't wait for him to come back so they can get it started. So they take everybody to the back to the punishment trailer. So now the highest is sitting there, got a screen up like he about to do a PowerPoint presentation. And they're like, highest. They're rated, they praising him and all of this and that. He's like, yeah, I know I've been doing my thing as the highest and everything. And yeah, listen, I appreciate all of you for sticking around. And they're like, we're never going to leave you. And then one girl, she runs over to him and the guards try to stop her. And he's like, no, let her be, let her be. She just wanted to come over just to kiss his feet. I'm like, oh my gosh, you going to kiss his funky feet? Man, he got some funky feet for real. So yeah, he's like, listen, I appreciate all of you. And, we're going to be doing some big things. And yeah, there's going to be a shift. And I got a prophecy. And Daikon, he's just like, oh, he didn't wait for me. And Andrew's like, oh, man, I got to go to the bathroom. So that's how he looked. Like, I got to go take a dump. So the highest is like, yes, the prophecy has told me that there's going to be greater things coming our way. And there's a big shift coming and everything else like that. And I know that I've been doing, he sound like a preacher. He did. I know this is what we're going to do. And yeah, we're going to make it happen. And the Rakadushi has told me everything. The prophecy, here's the prophecy. And he just keeps going on and on and on. And they're like, yay, yeah, Elder Mother. And then he's like, listen, I have a prophecy about the Elder Mother. He's like, Elder Mother, come here. So she comes and he's like, kneel down. And she kneels down and he's like, look at me. And she's like, no, because you're mad at me. You're mad at me. I know you're. And she's like, no, I'm not mad at you. Come on, just look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. So she looks up and, she looks like she's waiting. She's like, yes, I have a prophecy. And right now, you are no longer Elder Mother. And she's like, what? I'm no longer the Elder Mother? Why not? Why not? And he's like, no, you're not just Elder Mother. You're going to be the Supreme Mother. It's like, yeah, you're going to be the Supreme Mother now. You won't have to do all the duties that an Elder Mother does. And all you have to do now is just cook my food. And she's like, that's it? He's like, yeah, you could check on the other mothers every now and then, but as of right now, you're the Supreme Elder Mother, just cook my food and it's going to be all right. And she's like, okay. Elder Mother's like, all right, yeah, I'm so happy. I think like she looks like she's happy, but she's not. Like, she's like, I don't really have to do that much. And they're like, yay, they're cheering her on. Ruth is like, yeah. And she's like, see, I told you. And Marva's like, all right, you're right, I guess. She doesn't know that she pretty much got her out of the way. So now he's talking about how soon they will have greater pastures. They're going to be leaving soon, not to the Raku, but to a greater place on earth with more accommodations, better accommodations. He's talking about when they get that millions of dollars, they're going to break out of there. So now in the punishment trailer, we have Oliver, Lacey, and we got your boy FBI Brian. And they're trying to figure out a way to get out of there. Oliver's like, yo, man, you can't get out of here. So Brian's like, yeah, I got a knife in my boot. He's like, help me get the knife. And Oliver's like, man, they got an army out there with guns. Your little knife ain't doing nothing, right? So, he's like, yeah, listen, get the knife out and we going to see what we can do to get up out of here, right? So Lacey's like, yeah, we have no other choice. So now he's like, now I have another prophecy and it has to do with Ruth. And River's looking on like, oh, shoot, what's about to go down? It's about to go down. And yeah, your boy, Daikon is like, what? With Ruth? You got a prophecy with Ruth? So he's like, Ruth, come here. And he's like, yes, the prophecy, the Raku has told me that I must take a wife. And Elder Mother Marva's like, what? She's like, what? It's like, yes, she's been cleansed of her past before. I made sure that she's cleansed of all her past discretions. But now I'm going to ask you, will you be the wife of the highest to be? And he's standing there and she's looking, suspense is going, and she's like, yes, will you be my wife? Will you be my wife? Are you going, can I wife you up? And she's like, yes, your highest. Yes, I accept. Right? So, man, look at your boy Daikon. He is looking sad, angry because two people that he messing with, yeah, now they gonna be married. He's like, yes, she's going to be the wife of the highest to be. Praise the Raku. And everybody's like, yeah, highest, highest, highest. Man, so yeah, Ruth, look at her face. She is happy, boy. She got way more power now. Daikon, he is so depressed. Look at his face. He's like, no, this can't be happening. Yeah, it's happening, Daikon. Yes, the highest now has a wife, and it's your girl, Ruth. She is now the wife of the highest. That means what? She has way more power than she had before. This was all part of her plan. So that is the recap of season 3, episode 4 of Tyler Perry's Ruthless. Family, let me know your thoughts on this one. Yeah, Ruth definitely stepped up. She's at a new level now. She's on a new level. What are your thoughts on that? Drop your comments and your thoughts below. Absolutely, if you're brand new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Absolutely like, comment below, and definitely hit that notification bell. And this way, when I drop a new video, you'll be the first one to get it. Again, I appreciate you all for watching. And until next time, salute.